Welcome to Bible in the Bar. Here we are in Le Mans, in the shadow of Columbia University on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Leviticus chapter 27. Here we are, the last chapter in the book of Leviticus. At the conclusion of the book we say, Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek. We should be strong and we should strengthen one another. Let me start the discussion of the last chapter by thanking you, Ruby, for helping us to understand, to appreciate, and most importantly, to bring energy to a book that isn't always looked upon as being a source of energy. So thank you, and I want to ask you for some closing thoughts about this chapter, but more importantly, about the book of Leviticus.
I want to thank you, first of all. I also want to thank our gracious host, Oren, the owner of this wonderful establishment, Le Monde, in the Upper West Side, which is a place I love to write in and have meetings in. It's really great. For me, the reason I love Vayikra so much and that I'm so passionate about Leviticus is it takes all that is human and it creates a certain fiery essence of it. And then what we have to do as readers, and it's a wonderful challenge, is we have to go past the many layers of alienation to reach that core, that essence, and then begin to open it up and understand, what does the book tell us about ourselves? It tells us that we're flesh and blood, right? That's the first thing. It also tells us that we have a certain spark. You can call it a divine spark. You could call it the superego. You could call it our humanity as opposed to our bestial elements. It tells us that there's a tension between them and that it is not going to be reconciled, but we have to work with it all the time. It tells us that attention to detail and deliberation are the path. It tells us that actions speak louder than words, but that if we use words, they can have a huge impact too. It presents the idea of a priest, an idea that's very seemingly alien to our life today, but actually we are surrounded by priests. We just don't call them that. We call them doctors, scientists, leaders, business people, people who do magical things that we don't understand, but change the world that we live in and have our fate in their hands. Above all, it tells us that we can all aspire to a priestly place in our life where we are deliberate, holy, rigorous, and pay great attention to detail. It's not always easy, and you can't always be a priest. Sometimes you have to go to your parents' funeral, but you have to remember that model. What is not to love about Leviticus? It's the most amazing book.
Fantastic. Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazek.
Thank you.